is Ilah and this is Subconsciously Speaking. I'm a certified hypnotherapist here in Visalia, California under Central Valley Hypnotherapy. Today's podcast is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to do kind of a monologue of me, kind of give you an idea who I am and just a real brief something I was thinking about the other day that I kind of toyed with it, and I thought I had to read it through a couple times so I wouldn't cry, but I just kind of want to give you a little bit of idea of who I am and what I'm going through, because just because I'm a hypnotherapist doesn't mean my life is okay. You know, I still have issues and just like anybody else. So it's called The Work of Waking Up. You know, life has a funny way of handing you a script you never auditioned for. One day I'm helping others rewrite their stories through hypnotherapy and helping them find calm, clarity, courage. And the next, I find myself standing in the middle of my own subconscious storm, realizing that I am both the guide and the one who needs guiding. I've always believed that the mind is a garden, one that, when tended with intention, can bloom again after even the harshest of winters. And I've seen it happen. I've watched people walk into my office with their shoulders heavy from years of self-doubt and heartbreak, or the quiet ache of being stuck. And then through compassion and the right words at the right time, they begin to soften. And you can see it. It's that moment they start to believe that they can heal. I call it the aha moment. And it's humbling. It's holy work, and it's a mirror, because as I help others rediscover themselves, I keep rediscovering me. Moving forward in my life, meeting Michael, my lobster, and if you've ever watched Friends, you'll understand that reference. He was my perfect companion, complement. Calm where I was fire, logic where I was laughter. We were friends, lovers, and teammates in every aspect of the word. We didn't disagree, even when he would go buy yet another tool after like the 15th one that he already had the same of. I would never disagree with him. I have more makeup than most tool collectors, so I'm not going to complain. Michael was a gun enthusiast, a real 12-gauge semi-automatic connoisseur. He loved dove season, not because the hunt itself, but because it meant time outdoors, the ritual of the camaraderie that he and I took in those moments. I didn't get to hunt with him very much, only just a few years, but he taught me so much and what I was capable of. He'd clean his guns the way some people polish classic cars. Meticulous, proud, peaceful. And it didn't take very long as his passion became some of my interests and turned to me into a bit of a gun enthusiast too. He loved music, the kind that never dies, old classic rock that made you want to roll down the windows and feel 17 again. The kind of music that echoes through your bones when life gets too quiet. The kind of music one listens to when they do the dishes. He loved to listen to music while he did the dishes. He loved animals, all of them, and people. Loved people. Animals never let you down, though, not as much. He had this passion for helping others, and it often came through food. Oh, and the holidays. For 5 straight years, Thanksgiving and Christmas were events, not dinners, events. 3, sometimes 4 turkeys, a ham, all the side dishes you could feed an army. And it didn't matter how many people would show up. Sometimes it'd be 5 or 6, sometimes it'd be 15 of us. Our kitchen would look like a culinary battlefield by the end, and he was in his element, carving, laughing, handing out leftovers like medals of honor. This year there won't be any turkeys roasting or laughter echoing off the kitchen walls. I'm going to a restaurant. That chapter closed when he left this world, and I'd be lying if I said the realization didn't take the wind out of me. And I thought about maybe I should cook a dinner, Because those days weren't just holidays. They were parts of our life that we created and built together. We weren't building a house, we were buying one, already chosen, planning out the layouts, where the furniture would go, picking out the paint, colors, walls we'd never see. He wanted white. That dream became the blueprint of what could have been. And now every time I think about the unfinished dream, I remind myself it wasn't about the house. It was about the home we made in each other. I still get overwhelmed. The paperwork, the clients, the grief, the goals that now sit in the drawer marked someday. The house that Mike and I were buying feels like a dream that lives somewhere between earth and heaven. And yet every day I'm reminded, and I'm reminding myself, I'm still building. Just not with walls and windows. Now I'm building with resilience, gratitude. Oh, so much gratitude. The blueprint of love was designed together, still tucked into my heart quietly. They don't tell you that grief has its own personality. Some days it's thunderous, it's uncontrollable, demanding. Other days it's still. It sits with you at that breakfast table staring into your coffee, whispering those reminders of what used to be. Grief is heavy as it is. It carries love in disguise. It's proof that I had something, someone worth missing. And so I do what I ask my clients to do. I show up, I breathe, and I keep going. There are days when the overwhelm creeps in, the paperwork, the endless to-do list, the weight of trying to keep busy, a heart and soul, just all upright at once. And I remind myself, stillness is allowed. Tears are allowed. Moment is healing. Movement is healing. And emotional work is in itself an act of defiance against despair. Go for it. If depression ever tried to step in, I'd tell it this. I've spent years learning how to navigate the subconscious, not just like steering a car, but like piloting a sailboat through the fog. I may not always see the horizon, but I know how to keep my hand on the wheel, my compass steady, and trust that calmer waters will always follow the storm. Some days it's my two little dogs that keep me anchored, those tiny, joyful, slightly bossy reminders that love still exists in every wag and nudge. Oh, do they ever nudge? And every expectant look that says, we've got you, Mom. They're my therapy team, my unpaid, unqualified, but extremely committed to their role therapy team. And slightly spoiled, no, fully spoiled, and devoted to their mission of helping me. They're living a new normal too. And I realized that in the last few days. I was trying to keep things the same for them, but they're going to have to learn a new normal too. Sometimes I laugh because you have to. Life, for all of its heartbreak, still finds ways to make you smile. Like how I once self-hypnotherapized myself into cleaning the junk drawer and came surrounded by 37 pens that actually worked. And I had 4 broken rubber bands and a screwdriver that definitely didn't belong there, and I don't know how many packages of sauces from the fast food restaurants over the years. Michael used to tease me and say, you could hypnotize the dogs into taking out the trash if you really tried. I'm still working on that one. Beneath the laughter, there's truth. I keep going because this work that I do, this is a calling. It's my oxygen. It's what connects me to something bigger than the ache of my loss. And when I sit across from someone who's lost their way, I can see that flicker, that spark of hope. And I swear in that moment, I feel Michael. Arms folded, grin on his face, saying, yes, my girl, you just keep going. And so I do. because I know that if the tables were turned, he would too. He'd still get up, still do life, maybe quietly, maybe under sadness, but he'd still go hunting, he'd still show up for his club meetings, he'd still check in with his friends, he'd still keep living. Not because grief is easy, but because life deserves to be lived. And I owe it to him, to us, to do the same. So every morning I'm reminded to myself that moving forward isn't a betrayal, it's a devotion. It's honoring his legacy by refusing to let sorrow steal my God-given joy that remains. Because grief may have written my current story, my new normal, it didn't end my purpose to help as many people as I can achieve their very best. And if you listen closely, somewhere between inhale and exhale, you can still hear his laughter and mine. Thanks for joining me. Till next week.